One of the many joys of getting to revisit your favorite movies on home video is of course having the ability to catch everything you missed at the cinema. Your average blockbuster has such a density of information, both visual and oral, that it's impossible to take everything in. And many great films will continue to reveal new layers for literally dozens of viewings. But what about those secrets that filmmakers were confident audiences would never discover? So, I'm Gareth from WhatCulture.com and here are movie secrets never meant to be found. Number 8. Gaston's death, Beauty and the Beast. When the villainous Gaston falls to his death at the end of Beauty and the Beast, his face briefly passes past the camera in extreme close-up. While at first glance there's nothing out of the ordinary about this shot, the movie's animators actually sneaked 2 skulls into Gaston's eyes for just a few frames, implying that he encounters the Grim Reaper in his final moments, while seemingly confirming that yes, he indeed dies. Though this was included in the theatrical release of the movie, once word about the creepy Easter egg spread among eagle-eyed film buffs, a miffed Disney opted to remove the skulls from both the VHS and Laserdisc releases, supposedly feeling it was one step too far for a film aimed at children. However, they ultimately decided to restore the original shot for every subsequent release on DVD, Blu-ray, and VOD. Number 7. The Potato Asteroids, The Empire Strikes Back. Of the many urban legends that have persisted about the original Star Wars trilogy over the decades, few are as hilariously peculiar as the claim that during The Empire Strikes Back's asteroid sequence, a potato doubled as an asteroid. Word spread that the visual effects team was frustrated by the demands of George Lucas, who didn't direct the sequel but served as a story writer and received an executive producer credit, and so decided to get passive-aggressive revenge by sneaking the root vegetable into the mega-budget space opera. Years later, this was confirmed to be true by the movie's VFX team, who dressed a potato up to resemble an asteroid, and filmed it with a motion control camera before inserting it into the film. Obviously, nobody's supposed to know this, lest George Lucas cause some heads to roll. But many years after the fact, there clearly wasn't any harm in spilling the beans. Or potatoes. Number 6. James Gunn's still undiscovered Easter egg, Guardians of the Galaxy. In the case of Guardians of the Galaxy, the secret in question was clearly never meant to be discovered because it still hasn't been found yet. Director James Gunn has been playfully taunting fans ever since the film's release that there's a top secret Easter egg hidden within the film somewhere which has yet to be uncovered. Though Gunn hasn't given out much in the way of clues, he did suggest in 2017 that some had gotten close, and added last year that it had been partially discovered. Yet to date, nobody has managed to crack the entire thing. While some fans have insisted Gunn is simply trolling fans to keep the movie on their lips, he insists that he'll drop the facade if a fan sends him the correct solution. Given that just about every frame of the movie has surely been pored over by obsessive fans by now, one suspects we might not know the truth until Gunn himself gets fed up of holding on to the mystery. Number 5. The Disappearing Raptor, Jurassic Park. Though this might technically qualify more as a mistake than a secret, it's nevertheless a bizarre curiosity which was only discovered in recent years, despite Steven Spielberg's groundbreaking blockbuster Jurassic Park releasing way back in 1993. In the film's climax, the heroes are saved by the series' iconic T-Rex, which shows up to munch on an attacking raptor just in time. Except for a single frame. While Rexy is holding the raptor in her mouth, the raptor just disappears. Whether a result of a ghost in the render machine, or the fault of a VFX intern who wanted to clock off early on a Friday afternoon, it's a bizarre CGI blunder in such a huge, elaborate movie. Given how easily the single frame could be cut from the movie without anyone noticing, it's pretty hilarious that it's still there. Number 4. That's a Penis, An American Tale, Fievel Goes West. 1991's animated sequel, An American Tale, Fievel Goes West, is yet another classic example of a troll animator sneaking a lewd image into a children's film. In 2011, it was discovered that during the mid-film sequence where Tanya sings Dreams to Dream, a single frame contains the doodle of a penis next to Tanya's face. The doodle is visible on both the VHS and the DVD, and therefore probably the original theatrical release they were likely struck from, and was only first removed for the 2017 Blu-ray release. Once again, it's clearly a case of an animator assuming their handiwork would never be detected, and failing to consider the possibility of high-resolution home media formats in the decades that followed. Number 3. Jessica Rabbit's crotch. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? In absolute fairness, Who Framed Roger Rabbit toes the tonal line pretty gingerly with its fusion of family-friendly animation and a film noir aesthetic complete with terrifying villains and the literal murder of cartoon characters. But the film's animators also decided to test what they could sneak past the censors and kids' parents when it came to the character of Jessica Rabbit. Following the film's Laserdisc release, it was reported that during the sequence where Jessica is riding through Toontown and gets catapulted from Benny the Cab, viewers can see up Jessica's skirt for 3 whole frames. Yep, somebody actually spotted that. When viewed at normal speed, it's naturally impossible to notice. But the freeze frame gives viewers an eyeful of either flesh-coloured underwear or no underwear at all, as, let's say, curious fans have debated ever since. Unsurprisingly, the shot was edited for all subsequent home video releases, ensuring the Laserdisc immediately became a much sought-after collector's item for some filthy little souls. Number 2. Mickey Mouse's Aladdin. And now for an animated secret that isn't in any way sexual or offensive, and it was about time. Though it was still nevertheless inserted into a decades-old animated classic by those who assumed it'd never be caught by a blissfully unaware public. It's not uncommon for Disney movies to feature objects which bear a not-so-subtle visual similarity to Mickey Mouse's ears. Though Aladdin decided to go one step further and provide a more overt nod to the company's iconic mascot. At the end of the film, Jafar's curse is broken, and Jasmine's tiger, Raja, returns back to his mature, majestic form. For a single frame as the transformation occurs, Raja appears to have 2 heads, one of which bears Mickey Mouse's own unmistakable ears. At least, unlike several of the aforementioned secrets, it didn't need to be scrubbed from subsequent re-releases. Number 1. Recycled backgrounds, Transformers the movie. In the years before home video popularity surged, it was extremely common for studios to recycle animations from previous films for their new releases, as is almost embarrassingly obvious nowadays in a number of classic Disney films. But a slightly less obvious example comes from 1986's Transformers the movie, produced by the legendary Japanese outfit Toei Animation. This sequence when Unicron devours the planet Lithone features a shot of Unicron's innards munching away, and the bulk of the visual is lifted directly from Fist of the North Star, another film released by Toei a few months earlier. In addition to being a quick way to save money, Toei likely assumed nobody would ever put 2 and 2 together. But of course, modern home video tech makes it incredibly easy to spot the similarities when they're viewed side by side. But don't just take my word for it, go and check it out for yourself. What a world. And that's our list. Know of any other movie secrets that were never meant to be found? Let us know all about them in the comment section right down below. And do not forget to like, share, click on that subscribe button, and ring that bell. Also, be sure to head on over to whatculture.com and read some more incredible articles just like the one this video is based on.